LWO1 WeatherNet. Liftoff conditions looking pretty good.
ESTS is ready for launch.
Ignition. Liftoff.
Falcon 9 has cleared the tower.
Ten, 9, 8,
Side booster ignition.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, November 24th, and you're looking at a live view of Falcon 9 as it awaits its 9:13 p.m. Eastern Time launch from Pad 40 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. Hello from SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. My name is Kate Tice, and I'm a senior certification engineer here at SpaceX. You're watching a live webcast for our 16th StarLink mission and our 23rd mission this year. This mission is also notable because with today's launch, we are attempting to fly a Falcon 9 booster for the 7th time.
The bottom 2/3 of the vehicle is what we refer to as the first stage. You can actually tell it from the soot markings left over from its previous 6 flights. Now, the first stage's job is to accelerate the vehicle through the Earth's atmosphere into space with the help of 9 Merlin engines that it has at the base of the rocket. We will be attempting to recover this first stage for the 7th time on our drone ship named Of Course I Still Love You, pictured on your screen, about 630 or so kilometers downrange. Now, at the very top of the rocket is our nose cone structure. That's what we call the satellite fairing. That's where the stack of those 60 StarLink satellites is safely housed. The fairing's job is to protect those satellites from aerothermal heating, aerodynamic loads, and contamination during ascent. And once we reach the vacuum of space, we'll actually jettison them back as the second stage will continue on its journey to orbit. We are flying a flight-proven fairing today. It'll be the second flight for one of the halves and the third flight for the other. And our recovery vessels, Mischief and Go Searcher, will be attempting to recover those fairing halves today by scooping them out of the water. So coming up, transition to startup on Falcon 9.
Falcon 9's in startup.
So again, that means from here, Falcon 9 will begin to pressurize those tanks, the first stage and second stage tanks with our pressurant. So with that, just 30 seconds to go, vehicle looking healthy. Looks like we may have just squeaked in under the wind.
30 seconds and counting.
Starlink satellites also continuing to look healthy. Why don't we listen in and watch terminal count?
T-minus 15 seconds.
Falcon 9 is configured for flight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff.
Vehicle's pitching downrange.
M1D chamber pressures are nominal.
Now, we just began throttling down those Merlin 1D engines for maximum dynamic pressure, or max Q. That's the point when the stresses on the vehicle are the highest from the comet. And we chill in those turbo pumps with liquid oxygen just to get them ready for ignition.
And Miko.
Stage separation confirmed.
Left-hand side of your screen.
Ignition.
First stage separating, second stage ignition. Love that green glow from the T-tab ignition. Both vehicles back on their way. Coming up shortly, we'll expect to see fairing deployment off of the second stage. Look for that on the right-hand side of your screen.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Beautiful shot there of those Starlink satellites. Finally getting to see space directly. Now that we're outside of the atmosphere.
So on your left-hand side of the screen, yes, we will see the entry burn beginning.
Entry burn startup.
And entry burn has begun. And this will last for about another 20 seconds. Again, this is the first of 2 maneuvers that the first stage will perform tonight.
Stage 1, entry burn shutdown.
And shutdown of first stage entry burn. The
Stage 2,
MVAC,
terminal guidance.
MVAC engine has begun to throttle
Stage
down.
1, landing burn startup.
There we heard the call out that landing burn has begun, so we should see that come into the screen here just momentarily.
Stage 2, FTS is saved. Stage 1, landing leg deploy.
Landing legs have deployed. Here it comes. All right.
Landing to burn.
And for the 7th time, this Falcon has landed. This marks our 61st successful recovery of a Falcon 9 first stage.
And we have SECO.
And as the smoke clears, we can get a good view there. And we just heard the call out that we had SECO 1, or second engine cutoff 1. So at this point in time,
Insertion.
and there we heard the call out that we have good orbit for that second stage.
Welcome back to our webcast for our Starlink launch today. Now, if you're just joining us, we had a successful liftoff at 9:13 p.m. Eastern Time, successfully recovered our first stage for the 7th time. That's a first time for us. And you're currently looking at a live view of the second stage in a nominal orbit around planet Earth. We're coming up on deployment of the Starlink satellites. You can see the stack of those on your screen in just about 10 seconds. Now, over the course of the break, we began spinning the second stage along its central axis. That's to give those Starlink satellites a little bit of momentum upon separation. Looks like we have a visual there.
Starlink deploy confirmed.
And call out of confirmation of Starlink deployment. So those 60 Starlink satellites gently floating away from the second stage. And because of the spin on the second stage, they'll start to space themselves out. Soon, they'll deploy a solar array that they have on board, and then over the next few days and weeks, they'll distance themselves out further using an onboard ion thruster to make their way to an operational orbit about 550 kilometers above the Earth's surface. So overall, very exciting day for us at SpaceX. First time we have flown a booster for the 7th time. First time we have landed a booster for the 7th time. And of course, always lovely to see our payload deployment successful on the mission.
And that will bring our webcast to a close this evening. Thank you to the Range and FAA for supporting today's mission. And of course, thank you to all of our viewers, as well as those in the US and Canada who have ordered Starlink under our public beta program. If you haven't signed up yet and are interested in being part of our beta program, head over to starlink.com and sign up. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening.